Okay, so this is about to be the story of Abram, aka Abraham. And I got my Bible and I also got my notes. Okay, so in the beginning, Abraham, or Abram, because he started off as Abram, was with his dad, his wife, Sarai, aka Sarah. That's what I'm gonna call her. And the nephews and the two brothers, because he had a brother Nahor and Haran. Well, the one brother Haran, he passed away. And so Tahar took Abram and his brother Nahor and their two wives and his grandson, which is Haran's son, Lot, and he took them to the city of Haran. And there he got old, passed away, whatever the case may be. Okay, so God, this is starting the story of Abram. So God came to Abram and he said, look, it's time for you to leave your nation, leave your people, leave your father's household, and go out. And I'm going to give you riches, like give you abundance. He said, I will make you into a great nation and I will bless you. I will make your name great and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse. And all people on earth will be blessed through you. So, of course, Abraham wanted to listen to the Lord. So he went out. He took his wife, Sarai, aka Sarah, his nephew, Lot, which was Haran's son, and he had servants and all his possessions, everything that he had acquired while he was in Haran. So they traveled to the great tree of Moreh, and he builds an altar. And the Lord tells him, to your offspring, I will give this land. So he builds the altar, and then he keeps on traveling. And so then he comes up to the west of Bethel, and he builds another altar for the Lord. And to me, I feel like he was building those altars to try to make sure that he was on the right path that God was telling him to go. Because God didn't really give him like step-by-step direction. He was just like, go out. And I'm going to make you like ruler of this land or whatever that I'm giving to you, okay? So in the midst of him traveling, right, there was a big famine. Like, the famine was so severe that Abram was like, look, all right, we're going to have to go down here to Egypt, right? So as they're traveling in Egypt, before they got to Egypt, he told his wife, Sarai, he said, look, you fine, all right? I know you fine, you know you fine, you fine. And the Egyptians going to think you fine too. So in order for us to endure this famine, like get some stuff from them and live a good life and not be unalived, I need you to tell them that I'm your brother, not your husband, all right? You my sister, I'm your brother. Cool. She was like, all right, cool. So they got there to Egypt, and the Pharaoh's officials, they saw Sarai, and they was like, oh, she fine. Oh, she fine. She gonna be a little good something for the Pharaoh. So they went back to the Pharaoh. They was like, okay, look, she cool. Like, she look good. Like, you need to take her as your wife or whatever. So, of course, Pharaoh sees her, and he's like, okay, she is. So Sarai goes with the plan, and she says, yes, Abram is my brother. So, of course, they treat him good because, you know, he with her. Like, okay, that's your brother? You my brother now. So they give him donkeys, camels, servants. Let me see. They ended up giving him cattle and sheep. So they give him all this stuff, right? Cool. Fast forward a little bit, and the Pharaoh gets sick. Like, it's riddled with disease. His whole household, everybody is full of disease, right? So he like, go get Abram. So he like, what did you do to me? What have you done to me? I have all of this disease. Like, is this your wife? Why would you tell me that this was your sister and this is really your wife? He was like, Y'all got to get up out of here. Y'all got to get up out of here. I'm sick. Get up out of here. So he got his officials to escort Abram and Sarai up out of there. Okay, cool. Because remember, God said that I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curse you, I'm going to curse them. So, baby, Sarai's already married to Abram, Pharaoh. That's not your wife. So now you riddled with disease. But this also lets you know that God, when God said, I'm going to bless you, the people that bless you, we gonna keep that blessing, because when the Pharaoh sent Abram on his way with Sarai, he sent him with them servants, with them sheep, with with the sheep, the camels, the donkeys. He sent him with all his stuff. All right, just get up out of here. I just don't want to be sick no more. Just go. Okay, so at this time, once they leave Egypt, they basically go back to the area around Bethel where he built the altar for God or whatever. And there were already people in that part of the land that they was in. So imagine him coming back. There were already people there, and then he has because he acquired a lot of things, like a lot of people, livestock, like he just had a lot of stuff. And then on top of that, his nephew Lot also had servants and a lot of livestock too. So it was too much for the amount of land that they had. And so his nephew's herders and his herders had started arguing, like they started fighting. So Abram came to Lot and he was like, look, I don't want us to be fighting. I don't want our herders to be fighting each other. Like, we just got too much stuff. And it's already people here, so we just need to separate. He was like, if you go east, I go west. If you go left, I go right. If you go right, I go left. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't want us to be fighting because we family. So Lot kind of looked around and he was like, all right, well, that area over there in Jordan area kind of, it looks good. Like, it looks close to Egypt, like, you know, good land or whatever. So I'm going to move my stuff over there and you can stay over here. So the area that he happened to move towards was like near Sodom. Yeah, that's Sodom and Gomorrah. Yes. And so he sets out to go there. Now, while he's on his way there, the Lord comes to Abram and he's like, all right, you see this land? He was like, look out to the east, look out to the west, look out to the north, look out to the south. He was like, all this land here, I'm going to make this land I'm going to make this land yours, like of your offspring. He was like, the amount of specks of dust that you can count, that's how much, that I'm going to bless you in abundance with descendants. Like, I'm going to bless you. Like, this land is going to be yours, right? He was like, go on, walk up out there. Look at your land. Like, this yours. I'm about to get this to you, right? So fast forward a little bit, and basically a war breaks out. I really don't know whom it was against, like the king of Sodom and Gomorrah, or whatever. But they basically come in and they wreak havoc, okay? And then they steal Lot and all of his possessions, and they go off into the thick of the night. Well, somebody escaped who had got captured, and they came back to Abram and was like, look, they got Lot. They got all his stuff. You need to go help them. So Abram, with, I think he had 318 trained men from his household. He was like, all right, we gonna devise this military plan. I'm gonna set y'all up here. We gonna attack and we gonna get Lot and all his stuff back, right? They did that. They get come on back. So then the king of Sodom, he comes and he's like, oh my gosh. He's like, blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and praise be to God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your hands. He was like, the stuff that I got is yours. Abram was like, I don't want it. He said, I've sworn an oath to the Lord God, Most High, creator of heaven and earth, that I will accept nothing belonging to you, not even a thread or a strap of a sandal, so that you will never be able to say, I made Abram rich. He was like, God gave me everything I need. I don't need nothing else. Just pay my men. The men who fought, get them what they owed, and I'm cool. You ain't got to give me nothing. I'm going to come back for part 2.